Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you can. We're 2 away from 18.5 as our goal is about to be hit. Hype the video as well. Okay, it's free, and you can always unsubscribe later. Okay, so we're talking about the EA deal again because when one big grift hits the ground, it produces grifting content for days. Okay, and now we've already talked about the fear company wide of layoffs and getting rid of all of the booty bandit stuff, but we got to talk about Bioware specifically because Bioware, oh boy, they in trouble. They are in trouble. Bioware has delivered nothing but flops after flops after flops. Okay, Andromeda, Anthem, Veilguard, and now Mass Effect 5 is in trouble. EA goes 20 billion in debt as part of its $55 billion buyout, and the BioWare fans who've already waited 8 years for Mass Effect 5 are terrified of how the company might cut costs. It's over, Commander. Let's get a good little gobble out of this article. This is coming from Games Radar. All right, EA is officially going private as a part of a $55 billion buyout led by we know all that. You may have heard about leveraged buyout funded by private equity in the past, and this is essentially how they work. An investor or group of investors puts up some amount of cash to buy a company, while the rest of the purchase price is funded through debt taken on by that company. In grossly simplified terms, once the deal closes, EA will have a $20 billion dollar mortgage on itself. Okay. All right. No one yet knows precisely how EA will pay off that debt, but other leveraged buyouts have often been swiftly followed by money-saving efforts that, well, calling them aggressive would be a substantial understatement. As Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier notes on Blue Sky, the EA deal could mean mass layoffs, more aggressive monetization, and other big cost-cutting measures. All right? EA's success is propped up by massive franchises like its annual sports games, but the company also owns no shortage of beloved IP. With the risk of another Titanfall happen when there's a $20 billion debt to pay off, would a new Skate, whatever issues it might have, ever have been greenlit? Probably not. But nobody's more frightened of the possibilities than Bioware fans. The beloved studio has produced some of the most beloved RPGs of all time, the likes of Baldur's Gate, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect, and Dragon Age, but it hasn't had a bona fide hit in years. Finally getting to launch a single-player RPG last year seemed like a victory, but Dragon Age: The Veilguard underperformed financial expectations. It wasn't no victory at all. You reaching. All right? It's over, Commander. As one thread on Mass Effect subreddit laments, and you'll find a lot of similar sentiments in other comment threads across the internet. The general feeling among fans seems not to be fear about what might happen to BioWare with those financial concerns in mind. They're acting as if the studio is already dead. The Mass Effect 5 is already canceled, and they're mourning accordingly. So here's a bunch of Blue Sky morons, okay? You have Maisie. Goodbye, BioWare. We had an exceptional run, even Andromeda. Yeah, okay, sure. Here's Lynn on Blue Sky. If BioWare gets added to the pile of Origin, Westwood, Bullfrog, Maxis, and Pandemic, it will really help cement that EA's most meaningful legacy might be shutting down some of the greatest and most foundational, important teams in game development history. That's like killing the Avengers. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I'm sorry. Here's another one. I knew the future of BioWare was bleak, but I didn't think it was going to be this bleak. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Oh, yeah, I remember Trick Weeks. Trick Weeks? Yeah, that goofball. Buyers. So your games, guns, and football? Yes, EA. Mostly guns and football. Yep, buyers. No gay stuff. No politics we're not going to like. EA, haha, definitely not. Hey, could you give me 1 second? I just need to shut down the studio really quick. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I guess. That's Blue Sky for you. So me personally, and me and Kata talked about this on New Black Street last night. We kind of went back and forth about this. Me personally, I don't believe BioWare is done. I believe we'll get Mass Effect 5. And I believe that under new leadership, someone's going to come in and say, I want to see what BioWare does under strict new leadership. That's what I'm thinking. Now, will people get fired? Absolutely. Yes, sir. I am absolutely looking forward to it. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry that we live in such a dark time that I got to say that. But look, listen, in a time where you got leftists celebrating the assassination of people just for saying their opinion, I don't think it's all that bad to celebrate these niggas losing their jobs. I'm sorry. If that makes me a bad person, then it is what it is. Griff, 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 griff. It is what it is. All right. But I do think that, but the question is going to be, they get Mass Effect. Let's assume the best. Mass Effect 5 is a success, right? Mass Effect 5 becomes a success. Then what's BioWare's next IP? I don't know. I refuse to believe that it's Dragon Age. I think that's over and done with, at least for another 20 years. Because if it took 10 years to make Dragon Age the Veilguard, and that's what we got, they ain't going to be too excited about doing another Dragon Age. Could it be a third-party IP that they can take over? Maybe Marvel comes along and say, hey, I want you guys to make a Marvel RPG. DC, maybe. I don't know. I heard they're making a new Lord of the Rings game. Maybe you could do something with that. Or do you go back to one of your old IPs? I wouldn't mind another try at Anthem. I'm sorry. Don't judge me. I enjoyed Anthem. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm just saying. All right. I think there's an opportunity there if you do it right this time. But who knows? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, may the griff be with you. Video. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.